Hey East Africa, how you doing? How is everybody doing? Everybody that is locked into East Africa's home of entertainment channel, you East. I thank you for what you always doing. It's Saturday 2 p.m. and I'm coming in through for the program Celebrity Jazz, where I'll link up and have a one-on-one with the celebrities all over East Africa as we talk about entertainment. We talk about the music. We talk about the family. We talk about what are they cooking for rice. And once I want to remind you that we are all over East Africa on all Azam TVs. That is on channel 362, and you can also hit us on our social media platforms. That is the channel East, and always dive in and get what is trending, what is happening, and pulling up in the East African community as far as the East African music content is concerned. Today onto the show, I'm being joined by BECKIE JOHNZ, all the way from Australia, but a South Sudanese, and she's releasing some good music. People have been loving her, and I think last time when we had Silvex into the show, many people have been coming in saying that we should also get BECKIE JOHNZ into the show. But you people who run the show, the people who we do as you say, and today it's another episode and we're having her onto the show. She has a new song that is running rounds, making the people dance. She teamed up with Ugandans. She's going to be telling us how did she meet up with these people. She's in Australia. By the time she came up, she's ruling the airwaves. So I think we got a song that is going to be running through December, doing well, and this is what we want to do. This is what we want to see. We want to see East Africa onto the globe. But anyway, let me get to BECKIE JOHNZ. How are you doing, BECKIE?
I'm well, thank you.
We're so glad that we've got you despite your busy schedule and talk to the people of East Africa.
I'm actually glad that you got me in my comfort of my home because I was so tired. I'm all over the place. I'm like, if they can come to my place, that's amazing. So thank you for coming and thank you for taking the time out. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. First, talk to the people of South Sudan mostly. I think we can do it in your language, and then they know.
You want me to speak in my language?
Yeah, I want you to speak to mostly the people of home. The people of home. First, tell them that you're into the show today.
First and foremost, Azam TV but I'm just Jian, and thank you for watching me.
I think I'll get to know what you are meaning after the show. But anyway, I want to know, there's a lot running up other countries. We're seeing you have something related to Kenya, you have something related to Ethiopia, something with South Sudan, you're in Australia, and now you're in Uganda. People are welcoming, you're loved. I'm like, who?
Well, first and foremost, I was born in Ethiopia, and my parents are from South Sudan, so that makes me a South Sudanese. I lived in Kenya most of my life, in Nairobi to be particular. I studied there until primary 6, and then I moved to Australia, and now I'm in Kampala for the first time in my life. So,
this is your first time in Uganda?
Yeah, it's first time in Uganda. So now I am actually all African woman because I've been all over the place. I haven't been everywhere else, but I think I am all African woman because I've been to those places like that.
Which means your music is doing good because the reception the Ugandans are giving you, we've seen you all over the media, like, you know?
Yeah, I'm very grateful that they've received me well. I was, you know, you never know when you get into something. You don't know what the people are going to be. You always get skeptical, but this time around when I came in, I felt like this is my time. Whether, you know, during all this COVID-19 happening, everybody set people back. It didn't really set me back. It actually got me to do things. And I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to have, you know, launch my career in this time. And
so COVID found you still in Australia?
COVID found me in Australia, yeah. What did you say? Sorry, I didn't answer.
COVID found you in Australia?
Yeah, I was in Australia when COVID was happening. Yeah, but I was working. I was still working.
Okay, so I want you to take us back your journey in Kenya before you fly and go to Australia. So how was it down in Kenya?
Well, I studied. I was young. You know, I didn't really travel much because I was a kid. And, you know, life as a kid, you don't really remember much of things because you're only allowed to just go to school, come back home, and that's it. That's all I can say. But to say that I've explored Nairobi or Kenya in general, I have not. But I did travel from Nairobi to refugee camp because that's where my family, most of my family were based in the refugee camp in Kakuma. But we were lucky enough or blessed enough to have an uncle who was living in the state that was sponsoring us. That's why we were staying in Nairobi to study there. But life in Nairobi wasn't as bad, but it was, you know, difficult.
So while down in Nairobi, you in Nairobi till which class?
I was there until I think grade 6. I was about to go to grade 6 before I left for Australia. Yeah.
So during that period, we're seeing a lady who's now loving the music. Did you have any affiliation of music while you were still down in Nairobi?
Absolutely. That's where the love of music started. Because in school, when I was in grade 4, they'll have like grade 4, 4B, 4A, and then we'll have like a competition within. And then I found myself competing in singing and like rapping and just like knowing the lyrics of the song. I used to watch this channel called The Beats. I don't know if it's there anymore, but that's it. It's actually, I don't know if it was a channel or it's the actual show called The Beats. But I just remember it was like it had all the music in East African music. So that's when my love of music began, and I realized that I love how to sing, but I didn't have the confidence and I didn't have the confidence because I wasn't really supported.
So to cut you short, while you're doing the competitions, how was it coming? Was it coming out like when they do competition, Becky comes out like first, and then that the zeal and kept on growing, or like I want you to know while you're doing those competitions, what gave you the motivation to be like, you know what, I can do it. Let me keep doing it. Let me keep participating.
I think when you have passion in something, there is like it wasn't like I wasn't called as particular like Becky come and do this and whatnot. It's just that I found myself when I saw that because there was drama, there was running, and there was music. So you had to choose something, and I chose music there. So when they would do like competition during lunchtime when we're on lunch break, and then I just go and then I just jump in and just do whatever I can, and that's it. That's all I did.
While in the school, are we talking about the singing of the choir, the singing of the what is it called, scripture union? What kind of competition was, or was it circular?
It was just like all over. Like there was choirs, and then there was like music, like you know, remember those of Nazizi when they came out with good songs. I don't know if you know Nazizi. Yeah.
Who doesn't know Nazizi in South Africa?
I'm glad you do. Yeah. So those times when Nazizi was like very like popular, so people used to love her, and people used to want to know all the lyrics. So the competition wasn't based on the music, knowing how to sing, but just knowing the lyrics. That's as far as I can remember.
Because when I'm speaking about choir, it seems like the way you have the vocals, you had that time of being behind the bands, behind the microphone, and experiencing more of your vocals.
Yeah, that was in church. I went to church particularly to sing because I loved the choir. I was behind the scene, you know. I was a young kid. Nobody paid attention to. It's like, who are you? You get out, whatever, you know. But my love of music began in church, obviously, because that's when choir, like in church here in Africa, is amazing. So that's when my love of music began. So that's why sometimes you hear a little bit of R&B in my voice, and I have changes of my vocals and whatnot. So yeah.
So still, the choir and the church, we're still talking of Kenya.
Yeah, that was in Kenya. Yeah, that was in Kenya. Absolutely, not in Australia.
So in 2005, when you fly to Australia, so how did this zeal of music continue with you, or you had a break on it and you think life changed, the experience and everything?
Given the fact that I'm the oldest from my parents, from my mom, I wasn't allowed to do music at all, even study it, because it's a long journey. You can imagine going all the way across over the seas and to tell your parents something that they don't really appreciate. Like, what? You didn't come here for this? So when I asked her I was going to do music in my school, she's like, nah, she wasn't giving it a thought. She said, nah, I don't want it. Don't even think about it. I'm like, okay, no problem. But I secretly did it anyway, which happened. It was actually one of my like highest mark in all my subjects.
Wait, so you go down to Australia, you call Mama was in Kenya?
No, all together, all of us, all my parents. My mom and my siblings were all in Australia.
So you try to tell mommy and share with her and tell her, you know what, I want to do music. I think I could do good music and all, and then she didn't give you a chance. So how did you then do it by yourself?
Well, I went to school. I picked the subject. I didn't show her because you have a report card where you show your parents the subjects that you're doing, but I didn't show her the music that I was doing the music. I hate that part, but I showed her the other ones, and she was happy. But I was doing it. The downfall of it is that when there was like competition, like they would hold like shows, like performances, every single time. But those performances, everybody have their parents. If I didn't have parents, that was a downfall, you know. So that was really discouraged me, and I just literally stepped back. I'm like, maybe this is not for me, for real, because I just go there and I just sing, perform, and I don't have a family member to watch me. But every other kid has their parents there. So that really discouraged me. So I just didn't do anything about it. In 2011, I went to the studio. That was my first time to be in a booth in 2011.
Wait, that time when you're in school and then you're doing the competitions, seeing that the school had appreciated you, you were singing for other people's parents and they were appreciating. Didn't you ever feel the confidence and be like, no, what? Since I'm doing it very well and doing it good, and mommy didn't believe I could do this, why didn't you call her and you'd be like surprised? Like, you know what? We have like competitions at school. Yeah, other students are competing, not I. And then she comes and she's like surprised to see how you're doing.
I don't think she would have. She would have not taken it well.
Was mommy tough like that? Seems like you're scared. Seems like you're scared her that much.
I was scared of my mom. Like given being the oldest child, they expect so much of you. I
Want you to be the doctor, the nurse.
all this lawyer and all that stuff, engineer, all these like big things. But it didn't stop me. It didn't stop me, even if I was discouraged. I don't think if I was like the youngest child, I think it would have been a different case with the youngest child. But I think she thought she had this mindset of me being the oldest and doing this now, all the kids are all gonna, all of them.
What role model are you living for the young ones?
Yes, exactly. She wanted me to be the leader, to lead the way and be the biggest role model for my siblings. But no, I think it just comes with a lack of understanding and a lack of education of what music is all about.
So speaking of all this, I want you to give me the person who inspired you way back when you were even still young, the people who inspired you and you're like, one time if I get an opportunity I should sing. Leave alone the part of where you had to know the lyrics of the in school, but I know there's that one inspiration that you always had, that you always looked at since day one. And when this part came, you're like, you know what? Since this has come through, which means I can do what the other person did.
So when I was younger, my mom used to play this like a little cassette, like a TV, like a radio. I mean, like a small radio.
A cassette?
Yeah, cassette. There's this lady. She's from where I'm from. Her name is Nicole. She's rest in peace. She passed away. She's a legend in our community. She can sing, and she sang about our country. And I love her voice, and I fell in love with the music she did. How she just played with her voice, and I'm like, oh my god, how did she do that? And that inspiration. I came to Nairobi. My inspiration was Issa, rest in peace, and Nazizi, those of Nameless, I don't know. I don't remember those. I don't know. There was like two Kenyans. So Nazizi was one of my inspiration as well. She actually inspired me the most because I listened to her. She was a rapper actually. She wasn't a singer, but she still inspired me because she had that like that vibe that like she rebellious vibe. Like, oh, I wish I could be her one day and whatnot. And there was this group, I forgot their names, but they're Ogopa DJs. Do you remember Ogopa DJs?
From Kenya?
From Kenya. So I remember most of and then Chameleon, all that. And I didn't even know Chameleon was Kenyan. I thought he was Ugandan. So I didn't know he was Ugandan.
Well, he was from Kenya.
Yeah. Is he from Kenya?
He's from Uganda. He's a Ugandan born here.
Kenyan this whole time. Yeah, so those are the people that really inspired me, doing the music, and I listened to them, and I think they have really put a stamp in my music, in the way I do my music.
So before you go for the break, we're all wondering how this strong and motivation you have, the time where I used to go to school and then other parents are around for parent not around, then how do you get the zeal to like continue this game and then hit the records and then start that music?
Well, I think when I'll go back to being passionate and to not being scared, and when you love something, I think you don't, like, let's just say you love a child, you will do anything for the child. I think I took music as that, and music was really my therapeutic. Like, that's what, when I was going down, when I was feeling down, if I'm singing, if you find me singing at home, I'm sad or something. If I'm listening to music, maybe it's to just encourage me to go on in life and all that. And life as a teenager, it's not easy, and being the eldest as well. So those are the reasons why I continue, because it gave me strength. It gave me this, I don't know how to word it, for the lack of a better word, to, give me the courage to keep going. And that's why I did it, regardless of whoever thought. Even if I didn't have anybody there. At the end, I did feel sad, but, I'm doing what I love. There's nothing that's gonna kill me if I'm doing it.
Yeah, we're still having a good time. This is Channel U East, Channel 36 on Azam TV. You can also hit us on our social media platform. That is a Channel U East. We're still having Becky Johnz all the way from South Sudan, based in Australia, and we're still just sharing her journey. I think this journey is kind of inspiring many ladies, many young female artists down there in South Sudan and all over East Africa. I think you should pick a leaf from this. But right now, before we go for the short break, I want you to tap anybody who loves Becky Johnz, anybody who loves South Sudan music, and tell them we're having your very own onto the show. But right now, let's first get a feel of Becky Johnz music, and then we get back.
Becky Johnz on this, my thing for you. MADUSA. You put me in a good mood. I got this feeling when you touch me. You make me think about you. I can't believe I'm falling for stranger. Tonight when I get down for you, show me experience, give it all to me. Do your magic, you're romantic. You know the dance, you're perfect. But without permission, boy, you turn me on. You make me a body girl, dancing for you, in the middle. It's all about it's all about you on the floor in the middle. Hold me tight, give me the love in the middle. It's all about it's all about you on the floor in the middle. Hold me tight, give me the love. Something about you I cannot forget. You gave me something I will never regret. Feel like I should be close to you right now. Feel like wewe moyo wangu inapiga sana. Nahitaji kuwa mahali ambapo naweza kukuona everyday. You know the dance, you're perfect. So without permission, boy, you turn me on. You make me a body girl, dancing for you. Let's get in the middle. It's all about it's all about you on the floor in the middle. Hold me tight, give me the love in the middle. It's all about it's all about you on the floor in the middle. Hold me tight, give me the love I want. You put me in a good mood. I got this feeling when you touch me. You make me think about you. I can't believe I'm falling for stranger. Tonight when I get down for you, show me experience. Tonight when I get down. Do your magic, you're romantic. You know the dance, you're perfect. But without permission, boy, you turn me on. In the middle, it's all about it's all about you on the floor in the middle. Hold me tight, give me the love in the middle. It's all about it's all about you on the floor in the middle. Hold me tight, give me the love I want. It's all about it's all about you on the floor in the middle. Hold me tight, give me the love. Future Records, big boys.
Hey, welcome back from that musical break. I think you're loving the music, and you can see how time flows. She's now one of those most respected artists when East Africa is talked about. But right now, let's first get the journey, how she's reaching where she's now in Uganda, premiering a brand new song that we're going to be playing a little bit here. I know people are loving it, but she's going to be officially premiering it to you. So now people want to know, when is the first time Becky hits the studios?
So the first time I went to the studio was 2011. Then I did like I was trying to work on a mixtape. I was still discouraged. I wasn't supported. I was not, don't do it. So there was personal issues. I took a 5-year gap, whole 5-year gap. And then I came back.
I'm imagining a whole 5 year. That was before Hold You.
Yeah, that was before Hold You.
A whole 5-year gap. Yeah. And then you still have the confidence to come into this industry once again.
Yes. I think being the woman that I am, I am proud of who I am. I can stand my ground. I can speak up. I'm able to express myself in a way I like, and nobody can tell me no now because not because of my age or how grown I am. I think because I'm now confident in who I am, and nobody can tell me otherwise. So then I'm like, anybody that's not going to support me, it's okay. Let me do this because I just find it because I found when I was in the studio in 2011, like there was this feeling that I got that I didn't find it anywhere when I go to work, and I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to do, you know. So I just 2019 in November, I said I'm going to do 2020 is going to be my year. That's when I'm going.
That's when we can say officially Becky Johnz hits the music industry in 2019 and Withhold You.
Yeah, Withhold You was released in 20. I was working on EP while I was going to work. So I go to the studio. I go to work, go to the studio. I go to when I have an afternoon shift. I go to an afternoon shift, and I go to morning to the studio. So I was like doing that secretly until I finished my EP, which is already out there on all music platforms called Just the Beginning, which Hold You is part of that Just the Beginning EP. So I did the video and it dropped in 2019 December, and I sat my mom down, tell mom I need you to see something. He's like, okay. And this time I wasn't scared. I had this I just felt like I could fly. I'm like, nobody can tell me nothing.
Okay, so Becky, you join Love Singing and you get affiliated more to sing when you're doing the choir, and then despite the problems that passed through, and then right now you're doing secular music. We want to get to know want to tell us about this transition, because I think about the time you spend doing church and the choir, and then maybe the problems that you could have passed through. How do you come up with the transition and then you be like, now let's do secular music?
Well, that's what I wanted to do from the beginning. Actually, I didn't go to choir to say that I'm going to be a gospel singer. So I just wanted to do music. I just wanted to create music. In fact, I don't like to be categorized, put in a box, R&B singer or an Afro whatnot, because when I'm in the studio, I want to be able to know that I can create anything. So I don't really like to categorize myself. Like I don't want to say I'm a gospel or I want an R&B. So, but like now I'm my R&B. I'm an R&B background. So I'm trying to infuse R&B and Afro together. So then I'm trying to create like something that is not. I don't know. I've already done it anyway. So
you are in an industry that is male dominated. How ready are you for this industry? And didn't this scare you joining an industry where you're like the female that everybody's looking up to, but mostly dominated by the men?
Especially in my country, it's male dominated.
That's why I'm asking why. How ready are you, and did this scare you, like South Sudan, mostly dominated by the male musicians?
When you're confident in yourself, nothing can scare you. So I particularly grew up as an insecure person, like because I wasn't supported, I wasn't pushed, but I believe in myself. When you believe in yourself and you believe in the work that you give people, nothing can scare you. And I'm not really scared. It's male dominant, yes, but I'm here to change the game.
What are you going to do, or what are your plans to see that the female industry can also a little bit be mentioned as far as the South Sudan industry is concerned? What are you doing to team up? How are you doing to pull out those girls, inspire them, talk to them, so they can also make it big in the industry?
This is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because if I don't start now, if I don't do it, when is the right time to start? And when can I do it? So this is what I'm doing. I'm doing it for the young, even if it's not even South Sudanese, but old African girls that are afraid to come out to do what they love the most. It doesn't have to be music, but whatever it is that their family are frowned on, or whatever they want to do and their family think it's not the right thing, you be out there, because that's the most place you're going to be happy. So I'm doing this to pave the way for the young ones in my country to be specific, or to narrow it down. I want them to know that it doesn't matter what anybody thinks, whether it's your mom or your dad, because at the end of the day, when you do what they love, you're not making anybody happy. You're just making yourself miserable, and it's not a good feeling. So I'm a female, and given the fact that the whole country is male dominant in the music, I am not afraid. I am confident in myself and in my shoes and where I am, and I believe in myself. Most importantly.
When was the last time Becky was in South Sudan or Juba?
2000, and I was never born in Sudan. So my first
when you start the music industry and you know that I need to dominate that industry, when was the last time you hit South Sudan?
the last for the music or just no, I haven't been back. I haven't been back yet. So I'm gonna that is something that I'm going to secure. I'm gonna like plan and just say I'm going to my country and then show them what I have.
Okay, promotion is one thing that we talk about, and promotion is one thing that in the music industry, something that is a challenge to very many people. How are you ready to dominate? How are you ready to roll the industry? How are you ready to hit it more harder? Yet you are not living in these countries.
Well, my plan is to move to Africa permanently because I want to be able to be here because I think the music, I think music began home. I think music here is amazing in the whole of Africa. I'm not even going to speak on just my country. So I'm not going to be like, I'm maybe just going to be going back and forth to Australia to just visit. But I think I'm going to be based in the next 2 years or 3 years. I'm going to be based in Africa. So then that's when everything is gonna hit. Otherwise, nothing is going to. I'm not gonna really be working there now. Now I know I'm not gonna record anything from there. I'm gonna do everything here in Africa.
Speaking of the brand new song that you have with Daddy Andre, how do you team up with Daddy Andre, and how do you team up with Navio?
Well, first and foremost, I was doing a collab with Spice Diana, and I met and Andre is the one that worked with us through the song. So that song called "Good Crazy" with Spice Diana is coming out soon. And then I love Andre. Daddy Andre's song is amazing. He's amazing. He's so humble, and he's the one that introduced me to Navio. So then we did a song together and said this song needs a rapper on it. I'm like, okay, who? And then he brought Navio, and then that's how we linked up.
Okay, so what is the song about in Togo?
In Togo, I asked because first and foremost I don't know what Luganda. I don't speak Luganda. So I asked, what do you mean Togo? And he means it's like he doesn't know how to explain it properly. He just said it's like a mixture of food or something. Kato.
Yeah.
But he said Togo. I'm like, okay, fine. But when you listen to the music, you understand it a little bit more. I can't really explain it into words, but listen to the music and you understand and feel it. Yeah.
Okay, people loving the song so much, and the airplay they're giving it, the request they're giving it. I'm like, people loving you so much.
Well, I'm very happy. I'm very blessed to have this kind of receiving that I'm getting, this welcoming that I'm getting. It means I'm back home, and I'm so happy and grateful that I'm getting this kind of love.
You've traveled, you've been in Australia, and so one thing you are an East African, and you want to push East Africa's music to the globe. From the things that you have learned, from the things, the experience you've had with the other producers that side, what do you think should East Africa expect from Becky Johnz? What do you think should we add into the music industry that you can blow it up?
Well, just expect more work from me, more videos, more visuals. To wrap it up, I have a lot. Like I'm trying to, not only about East Africa, but I'm trying to put my country on the map because I feel like as a female, I don't think there is male South Sudanese that's out there that's making it on the map in the world internationally, and that's where I'm headed. I'm not narrowing it down. I'm not trying to like say I'm singing for my country people only. I want to sing for the whole world, and I want the whole world to know there is music and there is musicians such as Becky Johnz that belongs from South Sudan.
Okay, and I think I want to ask you is about your attire. You're the one person who looks fresh every single time, even now as we can see. You're always fresh, and every time you're moving out, maybe let's say in the videos, let's say you're moving up for performances, a person they expect is Becky, how are they going to be dressed up? How are they going to be looking up? Are you the person who's behind the dresses, or you have a personal shopper?
Well, I do. I shop myself. I shop for myself, but then I have my sisters that actually help me, pick out what to wear. I come from a big family, so I have 6 sisters. And whenever I'm wearing something, and here I have 2 of my sisters. One of them is a designer actually. So I know how to dress myself. I don't need a designer. But with my music videos, I do have a designer that comes on, which is Abbas. Abbas. With all my videos, he's the one that. Yeah, Abbas. Yeah, he's the one that's doing all my music videos, visuals, designs. But when I'm going for performance, I dress myself and I ask permission from my sisters on which one to wear.
You have in Togo that is running very well, and people asking what next from Becky Johnz. What are you preparing? Do you have an album coming through soon? Do you have an EP coming through soon? What should people expect?
Well, there's a new music coming out on the 1st of the 1st, 2021. the ones with Spice Diana, and then I have solo ones that after like every 3 months or 2 months I'll be dropping visuals.
I'm wondering, you come in Uganda and you're showing Ugandans much love, and you're forgetting the people back home. I think in all of the collabos you should be having, you said you have a collabo coming with Spice Diana, we sing a collabo with Uganda Daddy Andre, and then Anavio. Why am I sing a collabo with Silver X? Why am I sing a collabo with your brother Kim Swa? Why am I sing a collabo with Slate Nation? Why ain't I sing a collabo with somebody from South Sudan?
I do have a collabo, it's not out yet. I have a collabo with Kim Swag. I've had collabs with musicians like such as Alejoma. I don't know if you know him, and I really don't know Silver X personally, but like in this music industry is very competitive, and I don't understand why it is. It should be competitive, but anybody that is, I'm open to do a collab with anybody as long as it's good music.
Do you think the government of South Sudan has given you more opportunity as musicians in South Sudan, or there's a lot they still need to do? Are you people contented with your government when it comes to the entertainment sector or the music industry, or are you guys still saying this is what they need? It's still lacking with the support they're giving the people in the music industry, because you're some person who is being looked up to. You're some person who has a voice that can go to very many people. So one word or another could help the people there know. So that is if they're good, well and good. If there's something still lacking, so I want to know.
Well, I just really think the whole country should give an opportunity. I think the music the reason why we're not really like visible in the world, in the map of music in the world, is because there's no support. There's no support. That you're right. There's no support in the government. I don't like to speak on politics as much, but you've asked me that question, so I'm going to answer it anyway.
What I'm asking you, for you as Becky Johnz, you could have the financial services. You could be a person who could go back in Australia, but the music is already moving in here. You could be a person because you came through, people know you, which means for you could have the support. But there's a young artist in South Sudan. There's a young people who want to join the music industry, and it will affect them because maybe they're not financially, and this is their home where they're staying. They will not have the promotion that I can go outside and still make it boom here. So I'm speaking on that, the kind of people who are looking up to you.
Well, that's the young ones. To the young ones, that's why I'm doing it. And when I prosper and I achieve everything that I need financially, I will be able to I will be able to have that chance to give other female artists an opportunity to come up and express themselves in the way they want to express themselves. Whether music or anything they like, specifically music speaking. So I mean, it starts with that. If you want to change, you begin with yourself, and that's why I'm doing it. So it's beginning with me, and I'm sure in 2 years time things are going to be different in South Sudan.
Okay, as we sign out, I want you to give an inspiration to the ladies, mostly the young girls, because I can see a journey was the journey where the parents didn't give you the platform. I can see it's a journey where you passed through a lot of hassles, a lot of depression, but you're still making it so big in the industry. I want you to give an inspiration to our girls. It might not be musically, it might not be, but they are passing through many depressions of what they want to be in future, but not given the opportunity. It might not be music, but your word or your say through how they can make it could give them a go ahead.
Okay, so what I want to say is to be simple and short. You go out there as a young girl, whatever you need to do, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's not harmful, it's not going to harm anyone, and it's making you happy, you go do it. Don't waste no time, because I wasted a lot of time I waited because I was willing. I wanted the acceptance from my parents, but it doesn't take you anywhere, So if you're out there and you're a young person, you want to really inspire, you aspire to become a fashion designer, something that is people will like, well, what are you gonna do with that? You want to be a singer, you want to be a model, whatever it is that makes you happy. Just do it and start now, because I think I realized with our parents, my family now, my dad now, the one that was really not really into music is the one that's playing my music right now. And I think it was yesterday, my brother called me and he said, Dad, I was listening to your music, and he's like, oh, she sounds so good, I'm so happy.
So the parents are now proud of you.
So they are very proud because I have shown them the evidence. I think our parents, specifically South Sudanese parents, they need evidence-based. They want to see how serious you are. So if you're just speaking about it and you're not doing anything about it, they're going to be like, oh, you're just joking. Stop playing around. So go out there, give them a proof, show them what it is, and then they will support you eventually. 'Cause at the end of the day, if you're not gonna hurt anybody, they're not gonna die. You know, like they're gonna come, and now everybody's supporting me. So you get out there. Don't waste no time. Time waits for no man. That's all I can tell.
Thank you, Becky, for coming through. We're so glad. And we, as Channel U, we're going to spread the music. We're going to spread the love of East African music. And let's see what the future holds. Thank you very much. Okay. Blessings. And I think I'm not adding any word on the inspiration that Becky has given to you, the ladies out there. But all I can say is thank you for always making it a day to watch us. People down in South Sudan, thank you for the love that is always coming in. I think you got Becky. People down in Rwanda, Tanzania, Burundi, and definitely also Uganda. We love you so much. Let's do this another day, another Saturday at the hour of 2 p.m. as we're ripping hard and I want to push East African music to the globe. Not forgetting, this is Channel East all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can also hit me up on my social media handle, that is Medusa Mcee. And not forgetting, it has been a one Edgar on the camera. You can also link up with him on his social media platform, that is a Nyeko Edgar Photography. And let's see what the future holds. Otherwise, we love East Africa. Let's love our music and East Africa to the world. Thank you very much. I'm out.